Most of us have been trained to expect romantic success to look exactly like a movie poster: loud, dramatic, and intensely visual. We wait around for these high-drama declarations, and while we're staring at the horizon for a grand gesture, we completely miss the quiet behavioral proof of attachment that is happening right in front of us. This chart maps romantic progression. The jagged line is emotional intensity. Attraction forces an early spike, but it inevitably drops into erratic lows. The smooth curve is consistent behavior. True attachment starts quietly, steadily crossing the chaotic line to stabilize permanently. The danger here is straightforward. If you misinterpret that natural drop in early intensity as a loss of love, you will end up sabotaging a completely stable, healthy relationship. Because when a woman genuinely loves you, her daily behavior shifts long before she ever verbally declares it. The alternative is staying with a partner who provides zero behavioral reliability, simply because they offer the addictive, dramatic highs of early attraction. To figure out which timeline you're actually on, we're going to use this grid, the relationship audit. We will evaluate 7 specific behavioral metrics to separate superficial attraction from genuine emotional investment. We organize these into 4 categories: data retention, structural integration, adversity response, and emotional safety. To get the long-term return on investment of a secure partnership, you have to trade the quick dopamine hits of verbal validation for the reality of consistent behavioral effort. Let's start with the first category, data retention. Emotionally invested people naturally pay attention to minor details. She dedicates mental bandwidth to remember things most people ignore: a casual story from months ago, the specific foods you hate, or what triggers your stress. Looking at the first row of our audit for data retention, you can see the split. Superficial attraction means recalling your major, obvious traits. Genuine love means retaining micro details and stressors. The end result is continuous, passive emotional validation. Every time she brings up a minor preference, it proves your existence genuinely matters to her. Someone merely attracted won't bother with that. They only log the loud, obvious facts that serve their immediate interests. The trade-off is you must reciprocate this level of attention. Taking it for granted creates emotional asymmetry, rapidly breeding resentment. That leads us to category 2, structural integration. This involves how she weaves you into her life and takes on your emotional state. This starts with a distinct psychological shift. Her vocabulary and future planning transition from 2 separate individuals to a collaborative unit. Practically, this means she stops keeping you separated from her real world. She actively merges your social circles, introducing you to the people who matter. Emotionally, she begins carrying your weight. She asks if you're okay because she genuinely wants to understand your pain, not manufacture drama. Early, superficial excitement avoids this heavy emotional lifting entirely. Achieving this level of integration requires you to give something up. You have to lower the boundaries of absolute, siloed independence. Because your bad days now directly impact her emotional state, true structural integration demands that you accept shared emotional liability. Next up is category 3, adversity and the growth mandate. Real emotional attachment truly reveals itself when things go entirely wrong. It shows up when life gets stressful, when you fail or feel lost. She stays beside you during your absolute lowest, weakest moments. But she also actively challenges you. She pushes you to stop self-destructive habits because she is directly invested in your potential. Let's map this on our matrix. Under adversity response, superficial attraction simply avoids discomfort. Genuine love provides battle-tested loyalty and accountability. This dynamic guarantees that genuine attachment will sometimes feel uncomfortable. You must trade the easy, agreeable validation of early dating stages for a partner who holds up a mirror to your actual flaws. Emotionally healthy love is designed to create friction for the sake of growth, rather than creating constant, draining chaos. You cannot achieve long-term growth without a partner who demands accountability. That discomfort is the necessary cost of battle-tested loyalty. We arrive at the final category, vulnerability and baseline consistency. First, she intentionally removes her emotional armor. She exposes her deepest fears, emotional scars, and insecurities to you. Second, her care and effort remain stable over time.
This entirely replaces the anxiety of hot and cold manipulation games. These two inputs create a high-trust, low-anxiety emotional safe zone, where neither of you has to constantly perform or impress the other. To maintain this, you must permanently abandon the ego-driven thrill of the chase. It requires the maturity to find peace in predictability. Mistaking that emotional stability for boredom is a guaranteed path to sabotaging a completely healthy relationship. The reality is that genuine attachment is quiet. It relies on repeated daily actions far more than grand, dramatic declarations. To figure out where you stand, let's use a decision tree to audit your partner's behavior. The left branch maps relationships with high drama but low behavioral stability. This pathway leads to a clear result: mere attraction. Enjoy it, but do not overinvest. In the early stages of dating, stop waiting to hear the words, "I love you." Instead, look for structural integration. If she hides you from her friends, adjust your investment immediately. Now, following the right branch, we find relationships lacking dramatic spikes, but featuring rock-solid predictability. This pathway confirms genuine long-term love, a partnership that yields a massive return on investment. If you are an anxious partner and the intense spark has faded, but she consistently remembers your preferences and challenges your growth, do not manufacture drama just to feel something. You have already won. The ultimate metric of a worthy partner isn't loud performance during the honeymoon phase. It's how consistently they stand beside you when that phase ends.